Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we're going to take a look at the old Relicblade 2-player starter set. And the only reason I say it's the old one, I want to say this is actually out of print now. And Sean, who is the amazing dude behind Metal King Studios and behind Relicblade here, is currently finishing up a Kickstarter to get a new set all put together. So I actually backed a couple of the original ones, but I have not ever had a chance to get the original starter until now. I had a very generous trade deal pop up on Board Game Geek. Somebody figured out that who I am, which is not the same name, I believe, on Board Game Geek. But anyway, they got me a starter set in trade for some board games that I never play. And without further ado, let's take a look at what's inside. So it's supposed to have the quick start guide, which I believe I actually gave to my brother. I know I popped it open once. 13 miniatures, so it's like the Relic, the Pigman, and then all the good guy dudes. Good guy dudes, Pigman, Relic. Alright. Now, I should also mention that there are some bonuses. This guy was a backer of one of the other Kickstarters and ended up including a bunch of the other expansions as well. So we got the Lone Guard, the Bone and Darkness set, a pile of cards. We're going to try to play this, hopefully, with the stay-at-home orders 15 soon. The Deep, I know, those are something I'm going to want to play around with. Lone Guard cards. Exciting dice, bag of bases, and then what else is in here? Okay, token sheet with stuff popped out. That's okay. I like Sean's art. I really dig it. It appeals to my comic book sensibilities. Alright, so this looks to be the baggie with pigs. And this looks to be, the Dark Wanderer, the Dark Watcher, the Bone Stalker. Yeah, that goes with him. These are the original ones, I think. Interesting that they are different backings. I don't know if that's still an issue. Maybe it won't be an issue at all. Moving forward, I gotta say, I like the thickness on these tokens, on the rulers. Shield wall. Hey, there's more cards down here. I'm assuming these are all expansion cards. Spear of Slaughter. Okay, these are from the Bone and Darkness faction set, I believe. Don't think I came across the Lone Guard one yet. Other than this set. Maybe that's what that is. Alright, so if that's... Let's set this to the side so we can actually take a good look at the models. That's what you guys are here for. Ah, my fingers. Okay, what do we got here? The bear. Oh, and one of the deep guys. It's actually quite cool. You certainly can't say that these models do not have personality. Quite big, too. And here is the Druid. And her arm. Looks like it was previously glued, but it's easy enough to fix. I guess there are other ones at her side there. Okay. I guess if you're looking to get any of the expansions, you are going to end up with a good idea of what is included there. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm looking at. This might be like the big, the big giant bone totem thingy. And all his bits. I'm going to keep that stuff together because I'm afraid I'm going to lose it all otherwise. There's a lot of parts. I'll just set you over there with your big 50mm base. Alright, what is this character? So yeah, this person obviously bought into some of the expansions. Was this one of the fairy guys? I don't even know. It's got a knife. Don't worry, I'll show them all off put together too. Oh, you're one of the lone guard. I like this guy. It's a nice sculpt. Only the mustache sticking out with his chainmail there. It would probably help if I put the arms the correct direction. Like so. I gotta say, having these figures and seeing the official scenery set, I have been really tempted to pick that up. It's really cool looking. I also think I want to grab the lizard faction while I'm at it. Is this the Dark Wanderer or Watcher? I'm not sure, but you do have options for him there. Kind of cool. Vaguely lizard-like with his skeletal face. Let's see what else we got here. That seems to be the Relic. Let's see what we got there for now. We'll take a look at it later. You are part of the Lone Guard as well, I believe. I'd say they are really nice looking models. Very well cast, very well sculpted. Our archer friend here. And I think if you were to use them with other models on the tabletop, I think they'd fit in pretty well. If that's a concern that you're only going to get to use them in their own proprietary game system here. Okay, what else we got? I haven't come across the heroes from the original box yet. Here's the Lizard Man, lizard-like Paladin. That's lizard face. And their magic spell. Holy weapon. What have you. Yeah. Here's our Saber-Tooth cat. Got plenty of things to play with here, that's for sure. Oh boy, what are you? You're the eel. Okay. I think it's supposed to be a lantern or something? I'm not sure. You're going to be fun to paint. It's like somebody already started gluing you, though. Okay, what do we got in here? Skellies. Oh, okay, there's his head. I was trying to figure out where that was. I have no idea how they're going to go together, but that's okay. They look neat. They look different. I like that. They're not the typical, usual, you know, just dead guy in armor. Is this the last of the Lone Guard? It might be. He looks stoic and heroic here. Love the dramatic flowing capes. Always a fan of that. And here is our knightly friend. I think, yeah, this is the guy from the starter set, I think. Yeah. And then we have the pigs. Oh boy. So, the pigs, if you're unaware, are totally modular. You may do with them as you wish. You want them to all have knives, or pole arms, or sword and shield, or big axes. I mean, the choice is yours. And I think that's pretty cool. I like modular models. Of course, I like piggies too. Axis. So you do have quite a complement of weapons here to choose from, and you can build them how you like. Now, I'm not sure if there's any distinction in terms of the rules of what they need to actually have. So taking a look through the cards, we have all the various items, and then you have the actual character cards like this. I want to say these have been redone in color. Oh, the thief was part of the starter. Never mind, that's what she was. A cleric and the spirit weapon, druid, the bear, shield pigs, soldier pig, raider pig, berserker pig, axe pig, and all kinds of items that you can find, special abilities, and I believe these are events, and a nice basic action card included as well. I don't have the rules handy that came with the starter set. Like I said, I gave them to my brother to read, which is hopefully going to result in us getting to play. But I do have the newer updated rulebook I'll show you guys too. Let me attempt to get all this built. And hopefully we'll show you what those models look like. Alright, we got everybody built, and we're going to start with my favorite, actually, and one of the ones that first drew my attention to Relicblade in the first place, that's the Questing Knight here. Now, he's actually going to be getting a resculpt with the new campaign, but honestly, for what he is at the time, whoa, he really works. It's a really nice sculpt. And in case you're worried or concerned about scale, because I know that's what we always like to talk about here, with our usual Mantic, GW, Frostgrave, they're right around the same size. They're not too big, not too small. A random Reaper human dressed up as a Castlevania character. But you can see here, I think scale-wise, they're really going to fit in with a lot of other stuff. So if you did want to use these figures for something else rather than Relicblade, you could. If you wanted to play Relicblade with other figures, you could do that too, as long as you got the cards. But they really fit in quite nicely. So there is the Questing Knight. Here is our Cleric of Justice. A little bit taller. Not by much. Those are 25mm slotted bases. Our Thief. This is one I'm curious to see how is going to get resculpted. It's a little bit thin and skinny and flat, but for what it is, it works. No worse than some of the other old Stonehaven models. And actually, that's kind of what these guys remind me of, I think. They've got that Stonehaven-like charm, and I really dig Stonehaven stuff, so it got me thinking, I haven't had any Stonehaven models on here in a while. The original Druid, who is no longer part of this team, but that's okay. Her bear. We'll keep her on. Bear comes in a couple parts, but he goes together quite easily as it is. And finally, the Cleric's spirit weapon. So that would be the Advocate side, if I remember correctly. I can't find my rulebook still. I have no idea where it is. I managed to find my, what's it called? The Vogelands one, but can't find the other ones. And of course, naturally, we've got our Iguan, but that's a whole nother story. And a Dark Wanderer in the original book. Let's move on to the pigs. So we've got ourselves, what is this, the Berserker with the 2 blades. You do have enough parts so you get the original set with the 6 to build every variation. A shield pig, based off the same body. Another shield pig, along with, what is this, the Raider? Again, same body. Axe and the knife needs to get straightened out. And then finally we have the pole arm wielding ones. We have the axe pig and the soldier pig. And they look big and imposing, but they're actually a little bit smaller than the human figures. Stocky for sure. And I really wish I knew where my Moldorf ones were, because those guys are nice and thick as well, thick and chunky. So that's the stuff that came in the original 2-player set, along with the Relic objective token. And then I did have the, what were they, the lone, what were they called? The lone guard. So we have the swordsman. Again, really nice sculpts. He had modular arms, in case you forgot or weren't paying attention. The billman, with his fantabulous mustache. It's so big it sticks out all on its own. The ranger, whose bow and arrow I'm not sure I actually did correctly, but it looks like he's at least aiming down the arrow now. Again, really nice sculpt. Really clear, crisp details. And finally, the Saber-Tooth. Again, if you're worried about building these guys, don't be, because it's really, they're not that complicated. Then we had the bone guys. Oh, what were they called? I don't remember. Anyway, we'll start with the construct, because this one I kind of got too close to the edge of the base. As you can see here, so, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's tall and weird, but you can say that about all the bone guys. The skeleton construct guys. The weird giant arms. Something different. Actually, they remind me of Nemesis models from Zenith Miniatures. It's the general weirdness of them. Here's the other skeleton. And finally, they included the Dark Wanderer. I'd already have one. I got the limited edition one with one of the Kickstarters, so I figured, you know what, why not build the Archer version instead? I know he has a special name. The Dark Watcher. That's it. They're totally out of focus. And then we have the original version of the Fishmen, were just the two of them, and then the little shrimp guys came later. The Gibbrels or Gribbles or whatever they were called. I don't have those, unfortunately. But I gotta say, the characterfulness, the quality of the sculpts, there's just a lot really going for the line here. And considering the variety they've got going now, there's a little bit of something for everyone. And to be honest, what was interesting is I've had the books, I've had the models. Nobody in my house was really interested, but for whatever reason, finally pulling all the stuff out, my son decided that it was somewhat intriguing, especially the idea of opening blister packs, even though we already knew what was inside them, and just that really appealed to him. I'm like, you can go customize a Warhammer Underworlds deck if you really want to go play cards. Oh, no. Anyway. So here you can see just a small sampling of the line. There's a lot more than this at this point. Do take a look at the Kickstarter. Take a look at Metal King Studios' website as well. If you can't wait and want some stuff now, I probably am going to finally cave in and get those iguanas that I've been wanting for a long time now as it is. And honestly, best of luck to Metal King and Sean, because it is a absolutely gorgeous set of models here. And the rules are actually really nice and pretty straightforward. That's always a plus, too. Anyways, with that said, this is High Lord Tamerlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching. We'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.